Is an exciting day as we are launching the Go Far, Go Fast live page. So we are actually starting with our live coaching, and I just want to tell you a little bit more about what we're doing with Go Far, Go Fast. So what's being offered? And we've been kind of elusive about this as we've been setting up the page and getting everything in place. But there's going to be a number of things available to members of the Go Far, Go Fast. So today is your first day to be able to sign up and join. What we are offering is live coaching. So the primary thing that we're going to be doing is live coaching through me, and that will be a group meeting that we'll be doing every Monday at 6 p.m. So the first one is actually coming up this coming Monday, May 6th at 6 p.m. And we will be working on various subjects. Each month is going to be a unique theme, and what we're starting with for the first month is actually visioning, and we will actually spend 2 months working on the visioning process, talking about creating your own personal vision. We'll be working on things like vision boards for you. On top of that, we will also be working on what's the vision for your company, what's the unique message that you are going to align your team to, and then how are you going to communicate that message, how are you going to get buy-in, because every one of the people that I've been interviewing for the book has talked about how important buy-in is and how you need to align your team with the direction you're taking the company, because if you have misalignment, that creates more issues, more headaches for you. Some other things that we're going to work on besides the visioning topics is we'll be working on leadership and coaching. We'll be working on operations management. We'll be working on a number of different subjects that are what I would call mission critical to your business if you are looking to accelerate the growth, scale, and advance what you're doing. We'll also be bringing in the pit crew. So I'll talk about the pit crew a little bit later, but we have subject matter experts in different areas besides leadership, communication, coaching, operations, and systems. And we'll be bringing those in on a case-by-case basis, but also as part of our themes throughout the month. We have people who, for example, Rich Velter, he is a CFO for hire. He is an accountant. He is a tax prep person, so he can actually talk about the impacts of how you can save more money on taxes, what you need to do to record things properly, and that's something that I'm not an expert in, but he can definitely help you out. We also have Laura Allen, for example, who is excellent at getting you down to what your pitch is going to be, and she would be great to bring in to work with your sales team, for example, to talk about how they can get their messaging correct. On top of that, we also have Adrienne Miller, who is a sales coach. She'll be hopping into the group and talking about sales training skills as well. But you can also hire her, for example, to work with Laura Allen, and beyond taking the pitch message, now turning it into actually actionable items and goals for your sales team to move forward. So those are just a few examples of the people that are coming in. If you go to gofargofast.com, you will see the whole list of pit crew members that we have, and we're actually up to 8 right now. So we have 8 people working with you to help you grow your business. And the nice part about why I pulled this together is every business has specific needs, whether it's marketing, sales, operations, training, leadership, whatever it might be. Often they don't hire the people in conjunction with each other to work together with each other. So for example, sales and marketing. Very common that you might hire in a sales trainer, but then you have somebody working on marketing, and if their message isn't aligned, or if they disagree on how to take an approach on something and they're not working together, it now creates conflict internally, because who do we listen to? Do we listen to the sales coach, or do we listen to the marketing person? Do we listen to the ad agency? All this applies. So if you have that type of conflict, or if you've ever experienced that, you know how expensive and how frustrating that can be when you're getting told 2 different things and you don't know which one to follow, because supposedly they're both experts. Well, part of the reason for bringing the pit crew together is not only because of their unique expertise, but because we will work together as one to help you solve whatever challenge you have. And that is pretty unique when you think about it. I'm helping you with the coaching, the leadership, and helping you personally grow your business, I now have other people who can come in, not only work with you, but work with your team to really help make the whole organization more successful, and do so in a quicker pace. Because as I was talking with actually one of the interviewees for the book last night, it is so important that you get everything in line and get everything going the same direction, because that's what accelerates your growth. It's that unified message, it's that unified direction that really produces the best results. And it also makes your business more sustainable. So how do you grow quickly? How do you maintain that growth? It's really about your people, it's about your vision, it's about your process, and it's about making sure that you are operating as efficiently and as effectively as possible. And that's what the PIT Crew and myself will allow you to do as an Academy member. So check that out. If you need something else, so for example, I said there are particular themes for each month, and those themes will change each month. But what happens if you're in a situation it doesn't apply to the theme that we're working on that month? Well, we've worked that out too. So there's actually 2 different private groups that you can join. There's one on Facebook and there's one on LinkedIn. And I recommend that you join both. And if you post in those groups your specific question and specific topic it's related to, what we can do is we can reach out, we can help answer those questions. It's also nice because as a forum it creates a thread that other people can follow, because I'm sure if you're asking the question, there's probably somebody else who has the same problem or challenge too. So it allows us to share more information and collaborate as well, which is the other part of the group that I think is very important, which this is also a peer network. So it's not just working with me, it's not just working with the other coaches that are involved in the PIT Crew, it's also being able to share and collaborate amongst like-minded peers. So these are all business owners, entrepreneurs who are in the same stage of business that you are, and they are all working on similar problems and challenges to try and get over whatever humps or hurdles that they're battling against as well. And what I have found is more minds put to a particular challenge is better than fewer. So it's not only the expertise of the group, it's also sharing the knowledge that is gained or that is learned through other members who are also have faced those challenges, maybe have found a way to work through it, found a solution. They're able to share their experiences. And that's something that a lot of business owners don't really have. They don't have an environment where they can go to ask a question, reach out, get feedback, get positive feedback, but constructive feedback. So if there's a particular challenge you have, you might hear some answers that you don't want to hear, but it's for your own good and is meant to help you grow. And if you reach out to some organizations or some groups, maybe you're not fully sharing because of the lack of trust with the group, fear that they might use that information against you. It's also turns into more brainstorming sessions. What I find is there a lot of these groups will share ideas, and while the ideas might be valuable, they might also be things that you've already tried. And when we brainstorm, we're just throwing out creatively ways to help you out, but it's not actually sharing with you how somebody actually did something and how it worked out for them and what they would change on it. So the idea behind this group is a little bit more getting into the weeds of what you are actually doing versus just throwing out ideas. And that to me is far more valuable and is something that you can then actually apply. And the nice part is, again, you have support. So you have support from the other members of the Academy, you have support from the PIT Crew, you have support from me, which is something that you're not going to get in a lot of other places. We're also going to be doing live events. So throughout the year, we'll be doing a couple live events hosted at different locations. In the winter months, because I live in the northern part of the country, I am looking to find places that we might be a little bit nicer, a little bit warmer, so we can get away from the bad weather as well. But these are going to be concentrated events where you actually get to meet face-to-face with other members of the PIT Crew. You'll get to learn from them. You'll get to understand how they might be able to help your business further, but ultimately you'll be able to take away knowledge that you will be able to apply immediately to your business. You'll also be able to network with other members of the Academy. So it's one thing to meet via Facebook or via LinkedIn and communicate via text. It's another thing to actually sit down, have lunch, have a break with a person, and be able to actually learn from them or meet with them face to face and build those relationships. And who knows, maybe there's complementary businesses where you have something that they need, they have something that you need, and there's and you're able to grow your sales and develop beyond that. So there's all these opportunities that are going to be provided as part of the academy, which is why you really need to join. Now, this has started from scratch. So we have pulled this together from the get-go. It pretty much started as a blank sheet of paper. It came through what I was working on with Go Far, Go Fast, because the whole idea behind Go Far, Go Fast was to help these companies, companies like you, figure out how they can accelerate their growth, but do so in a way that's going to be sustainable. Because it's one thing to grow fast, it's another thing to grow at the proper rate of speed that you can match that speed and you can keep up, because that anything that you're doing that accelerates beyond that affects your service model, affects the quality of the product, and ultimately affects your ability to grow. So that was really the concept behind the book, is how to do that and talk with companies that actually did accomplish those things or are working on those things right now. And the message that was consistent was the need for help, the need to have the right people, the need to have the right vision, the need to have the right systems in place to work more efficiently. Efficiency, people, culture, vision are all concepts that every single member of, or every single interviewee of the book has brought up as the primary reasons for their success. Also the primary reasons for some of their failures, some of their struggles, but ultimately is creating that alignment that makes things go. And that's also part of the reason for relating the book to like a race car and a race team. Is you need different people to do different functions. You need to hire the right talent. You need to get that talent to work together. And we're facing some big challenges right now. We don't have enough people in the workplace. There's some of the lowest unemployment on record. Finding the right talent and keeping that talent is a struggle. Millennials and the next gen coming up, which I believe is Gen Z, has different needs than what the baby boomers and Gen Xers did. So you have to change your company fundamentally in how it functions to meet some of the needs of the people you're trying to attract. And if you fail to do so, it's going to be very hard to pull those people in. All this ties into why the Academy came about, and it is to help address in those core areas that businesses really struggle with getting together, and all of them face the same challenges. Well, if we can work through that together, we can definitely elevate your business and elevate a number of other people's businesses along with it. So think about that as you look at signing up. So what does membership cost? Let's talk about that a little bit. The normal membership, the standard membership, is going to be $500 a month, and you'll get a 1-week trial period, which is at a very reduced rate. At $5, you can try it for a week and see how you like it. But I realized that in the early stage of this business, as we're building this from scratch, we're adding content to it. So as you log into the site, if you log in today, it's going to be a little bit sparse because we're still adding content to it, and we will be throughout the week to build up the momentum of what we're creating here. The primary reason for pulling it together is the coaching and bringing you to a network team of professionals that can help you out. So the content's a nice part of this, and it's going to be very robust by the time we get it done. And it's going to be ever growing. So it's constantly going to be evolving as I add more content to it, as the members of the pit crew add more content to it. It's going to continue to expand and become very very fulfilling as far as what type of topics or content you'll be able to reach out to. Now, that being said, of course, first out of the gate is, we're still adding to that. So as part of that, what I've done is I've created a charter membership, and that charter membership is limited to 150 people, and it's limited to August 1st. So if you sign up before August 1st and you're in the first 150 people to sign up, you can lock in your membership at $250 a month for as long as you're a member. So as long as you stay a member of the Academy, your price will never change. And assuming that, like most companies, prices change as you move forward, you will always be at that $250 mark, which is kind of cool. We do also have another opportunity, which is if you're currently working with a member of the pit crew. So you're working with Rich, you're working with Tara, Tamara, Laura, Adrian, any one of them, you can save another $50 per month. So now instead of paying $500 a month, you're paying $200 a month, which is pretty substantial savings over that. And again, big part of doing that is to recognize that we're building content, and as we build content, that's going to take a little bit of time. So we want to make sure there was a high value to you for being that early adopter, for jumping in now versus waiting, a couple months down the road when we have a lot more content available. You'll also still be able to reach out to the PIT Crew. You'll be able to ask questions. You'll be able to sign up for their training, their complimentary training. We're going to be promoting all that stuff through the network so that you'll be able to access it. The nice part about that is as they have different opportunities come up for what they're doing, you'll be involved in that. You'll be able to know firsthand if there's something you need as far as sales training. If Adrian is hosting a class or running a special offer, you'll be able to experience that. The other thing about the PIT Crew is they are not paying me to be part of this. I am not compensating them in any way for what they're doing internally. And the reason that's important is because I wanted you to know that we picked these people, or I picked these people, because I believe they are experts in their industry, and I didn't want to taint the relationship because we wanted to work together. We wanted to form a partnership and help other businesses become more successful. And we knew that by working together, we could do that. If you're paying somebody or somebody's paying you, you're obviously biased on why you're working with that person, and that was a reason for stripping away all the incentives that way, and that was a risk, and it turned some people away. But the people that signed up, they see the value in it. They see the value in growing their network and in adding to my network because we are complementary, and that's going to be a huge benefit to you. Beyond that, it's now time to pick up and join. We'll be working on the website throughout the rest of the week, so we'll actually have content up there probably within the next 3 to 4 days in the member site. Definitely join, connect with the different private groups. We launch our first meeting on Monday, and like I said, we're going to focus on visioning, and you'll be able to find out in the membership site specifically what we're going to talk about that day. And again, if you have any questions or any needs, feel free to reach out. Other things that new members are going to get is they're going to get a personal assessment. So we're doing kind of like a 13-point checkup, if you will, on your business, like you would take your car in for an oil change. I have a series of questions I'll be asking you, and I will give you feedback on what are some of the things that you need to work on first and what you need to reach out to in the group to help you accelerate your growth faster. And that, again, is free for the first 150, for the first group of charter members that come in. So there's a lot of advantages to signing up early. Please do so now. And if you have any questions, post on the Go Far Go Fast page on Facebook. So gofargofast.com is the website. Keep that in mind, gofargofast.com. There'll be a bunch of information up there. But there is a free Go Far Go Fast page on Facebook where we'll be updating information. I'll be posting actually this video as well. Look forward to working with you all, and take care. Thanks again.